Samsung set up the foundation for a great foldable phone last year with the original Galaxy Fold, and even though it was a rocky start with some serious issues in the beginning, the company has worked to quickly release fixes, and now the new Galaxy Z Fold 2 that we have here no longer feels like a first-gen product. It feels refined, solidly put together, and most importantly, it works well. Now I cannot wait to tell you all about my experience with the Z Fold 2 in our detailed review that will be coming up soon, but even before that, we have run our battery tests on the foldable phone, and if you're wondering how it compares to a traditional smartphone, well, here are the results. For this test we have the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and alongside we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, probably the most polished phone Samsung has ever made. We will be comparing the main screen on the Z Fold 2, that is this foldable fold-out display, a 7.6-inch tablet-sized screen, against the much smaller screen on the Note 20 Ultra. Both phones actually have the same battery size, 4500 mAh. So we have both phones fully charged to 100%, and what you can already see running is our web browsing battery test. Both the Z Fold 2 and the Note 20 Ultra run at 120 Hz by default for that super smooth scrolling and overall experience. This option looks nice, but it does hit the battery harder. So let's see how much these two will last here. Let me also clarify that on your screens you're seeing a simulation of the test and not the actual test run, which takes too long to show on camera. Fast forward and exactly 6 hours and 43 minutes into the test, the Z Fold 2 is the first one to bite the dust. The Note 20 Ultra still has quite a bit of fuel in the tank, so it will continue running the test for a couple more hours. And it will finally run out of juice 9 hours and 33 minutes after the beginning of the test. That's a good showing for the Note 20 Ultra, and we're seeing how the large screen of the Z Fold 2 takes a toll on battery life, especially with such a test where you have a lot of white light that requires maximum power output from an AMOLED screen. We can bet that if you switch to dark mode in your browser, for example the Samsung browser supports such an option, you will get much better results. Okay, we have actually also run the same web browsing battery test, but this time manually switching both phones to the 60 Hz display mode. This way you don't get the smooth scrolling, but battery life should be better. Let's see if the results confirm this. Again, we're running a simulated test here, and the Z Fold 2 does a bit better. Fast forward the test, and the foldable lasts exactly 7 hours and 5 minutes, which is slightly better than before, but not by much. The Note 20 Ultra keeps on going and going, and actually let's fast forward this once again until it completely run out of juice, and this happens at a full 11 hours and 57 minutes into the test. That's really impressive. Running at 60 Hz, the Note lasts nearly 12 hours, while the Z Fold 2 only lasts around 7 hours. Now that's nearly double the difference. However, keep in mind that you also have the small cover front display on the Z Fold 2, and you will occasionally use that one, and it drains less power. So in your actual use, the battery life experience will be mixed between the two screens, and it will be better than these numbers alone suggest. Okay, that was interesting, and now let's switch to our next test, which is YouTube video streaming. I love watching videos on YouTube, and for me the score each phone gets here is very important. Both phones here are running the same playlist of videos in the same order and with volume enabled on both devices. You can see how the Z Fold 2 actually has large black letterboxing here, so the video doesn't take up the full screen, simply because of those differences in the aspect ratio. So interestingly, fast forward this, and the first phone to die on this test is the Note 20 Ultra. Now that's unexpected. The Note lasted exactly 7 hours, and while the Z Fold 2 is nearly dead too, it will continue and keep on going for a few more minutes. And let's again fast forward this until it is now dead with a score of 7 hours and 10 minutes. those results are nowhere near the very best ones we have seen. Some devices can last more than 10 hours of continuous video playback, and for those results, to see which one are the best, check out our website, PhoneArena.com. But what matters here is that the Z Fold 2 did actually better than the Note on this test. Okay, and jumping to our final test, which is 3D gaming. While on other tests, the CPU of the phone does the heavy work, here we can measure the GPU and its effect on battery life. This is a simulated test run that we use just for illustration, but here are the actual results for the test. Both phones were running at 120 Hz for that super smooth experience, very important while gaming, and both last about the same. The Note is again the first one to bite the dust with 5 hours and 9 minutes on the clock. The Z Fold 2 lasts a few minutes more and lasts 5 hours and 12 minutes. Keep in mind that the Z Fold 2 features the Snapdragon 865 Plus chip, while the Note 20 Ultra has a Snapdragon chip in the US but an Exynos chip in the rest of the world. And there you have it, the Galaxy Z Fold 2 and its battery life. In a nutshell, it's not bad. Of course, you cannot expect record battery life out of a foldable phone with a huge screen, and it's definitely below the average, but considering that you often be using the small cover screen on the front, the actual battery life is not terrible in real life. And in my short time with it, I've been able to use it a full day without rushing to the charger. But if you use your phone a lot, expect to need a top-up before the end of the day. Anyway, I'm super excited about the Z Fold 2. It's such a transformative experience, and for the first time, it feels like a company has managed to get the foldable smartphone experience right. You can find the best deals for the Z Fold 2 and the Note 20 Ultra in the description to this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, subscribe for more. My name is Vic, this is PhoneArena, and I will see you in the next one.